Alrighty, welcome back to That's Just My Opinion. I am Merlin, and today we shall be discussing The Dragon's Lair by Chantel Ferrandin. Okay, this book is pretty short. I will give it that. It's about six and a half hours on the audiobook, so I thought, and everything I saw in the synopsis, it seemed like it was going to be a relatively lighthearted, relatively fun, quick, short little romance novel. Ooh boy, did I not know what I was getting into with this one, ladies and gentlemen. So for one, the synopsis really doesn't give much away for this one. Come to find out, Dragon's Lair, and given the cover art, I thought maybe this was going to be some sort of urban fantasy kind of shtick. No, this is a biker gang! Literally like a motorcycle biker gang. So, one, I don't know this author, I've never read this author before, but I got a lot of fanficky tropes out of this one. I mean, literally the book opens with our heroine describing herself. This is written first person, and she literally, like, the opening paragraph is like, I'm a spunky, no-nonsense university student going to become a lawyer. Is literally the opening, and at that point I went, oh, we are in for a ride. So, this book opens with our heroine Faye on the run, and she is like 4 or 5 months pregnant. So yeah, she's in a rough place, not great. She's got not a great home life. She doesn't really know what her plan is. She's staying in this crappy motel, trying to get a job so she can, make ends meet. And when all of a sudden this guy shows up, and he's like, why didn't you tell me? And he freaking wrecks this hotel room, anger management issues, and he says, you're coming back with me. Come to find out, this is Dex, obviously the baby daddy. So he swoops her to go back to wherever he stays. Flash back 5 months to when all of this went down. Well, you find out that Faye is a university student who is, on the fast track to becoming the top of her class. She's going to be an amazing lawyer. She's got her boyfriend of so many years who, she's got it all planned out. They're going to get married, have 2.5 kids, have the white picket fence, the dog, the law firm, everything. Well, then she walks on him banging another chick. Yeah, relationship over, to say the least. So, what does she do? She decides to go out and, blow off some steam for a night and just, take a night for herself because, yeah, don't blame her for that. And while she's out, she runs into Dex. Dex is her now ex-boyfriend's older brother who is in a biker gang, and she's always kind of had that childhood crush on, and well, she decides to have a one-night stand with him. Whoop diddly do, good for you, girl, go get some. And well, this is where you find out something relatively shady that happened that night. Not shady, but the way Dex handled it I thought was personally shady. Is you find out that night before the flashback, that he tells her that the condom broke when they had sex. He never told her that. Like, literally, they sleep together, and when you're getting the flashback, that he gets a weird look on his face, but he's like, oh, I'm not done with you yet. So you assume they have more sex after that, and he obviously probably wore another condom, but still, the condom broke the first time, and he never told her. I'm like, dude, not cool, bro. Not cool. So they end up going their separate ways with the intention of probably never seeing each other again until she gets knocked up. Her parents find out. Her parents have pretty close-minded ideas about things, and they throw her out when they find out that she's pregnant. Ex-boyfriend comes back, basically says, we can get back together, we'll say the baby's mine, we'll make it work, but she still tells him no, and she takes off on the road, catch up to where we were, and Dex is taking her back to the clubhouse I guess, yeah, I think they call it the clubhouse, where he kind of lives, to have her stay there and be under his protection. And so the next part of the book is really just her trying to adapt to being in a motorcycle gang, not doing it very well, and just being caged slash pampered by Dex, to the point where, of course, they end up banging each other again because they're in this weird kind of relationship with each other. It's so weird, so complicated, so not good. And Dex has anger management issues. There's drama that goes on at the club, that, you know, they're in a, you know, rivalry with another motorcycle gang. There's drama with other guys wanting to bang her. And God, it got really kind of monotonous. Like, for such a short book, it felt so long. And I was just like, wow. And I mean, there goes through points where there's like a raid on the clubhouse, and Faye ends up shooting a guy and killing him. That's kind of dealt with. And then Dex goes back and forth on being angry and not being angry, and then it ends with her giving birth to their baby girl, and yay, Dex goes to jail for like 6 months, and with setup for the next guy in the motorcycle gang to get his love story. So that's a pretty brief overview of the synopsis. Again, there's not a lot that happens in this. It's, yeah, this book, it's very poorly paced in certain scenes. Like, scenes where there should be a lot of tension, there should be a lot of build-up for stuff, there just isn't. Also, it has some of the most jarring scene transitions I've ever listened to, where it's all of a sudden like, oh, okay, we've cut to like the next day, or whatever. Okay. I also think the author is trying to have it both ways with her motorcycle fantasy, of that they're these hard-ass, leather-wearing, motorcycle-riding, law-breaking badasses that murder people and deal drugs, but at the same time, they're real good guys. You just gotta get to know them. It doesn't even play with like the nuance of that, of like good people doing bad things. It's just like, they're good guys deep down. You just gotta get to know them. Yeah, not great. Yeah, it just not good. Also, Dex and his anger issues, I was just like, Faye, you need to get out of here. Go. But, and like, she talks about how like she doesn't want to expose her child to the motorcycle club lifestyle, but then at the same time she's like, well, she'll have all these uncles that will like look after her and protect her. And I'm like, honey, you're literally in a motorcycle club. That okay, all right. Yeah, not good. Just, oh, so not good. And the other thing, it was just a little, this is very minor, and again, I think this is an Audible original, I'm pretty sure. The reader they had for this, the voice actor, is American. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to take place in Australia. Given that, one, they were using a lot of slang that I thought at first was British, until someone mentioned Melbourne, which I'm like, wait, isn't that in Australia? And so I'm pretty sure this is supposed to take place in Australia, so I don't know why they didn't get an Australian reader, or at least someone who could do an Australian accent for this. So that was just like one of those other minor things. I was just like, why? But yeah, Dragon's Lair, it was short, but it felt long. No pun intended. And not good. I give it like a 1.5. Just not good. Don't read it. Don't waste your time. It's a train wreck. Yeah, sorry, I got nothing good to say, but hey, that's just my opinion. If you disagree with me, that's totally cool. And if you'd like to see me take a crack at something in particular in the future, leave your comments down below. And I will talk to you guys in a little while.